Recording started. So, today we will learn about the equivalent equations and two-step equations. So, what does it mean, equivalent equations? If we have, for example, equation 5x equals 30, if we have such equation, to solve this equation, what we need to do?
Divide by 5.
Divide by both sides by 5. We divide by 5, divide by 5, we got x equals 6. This is equivalent to the previous one. Why they are equivalent?
I'm not sure.
Because we did the same thing to the left and right side. We always, if we do the exactly same thing to the left hand side and right hand side, we will get equivalent equation. If we have x minus 15 equal negative 3, to make this equation equivalent, we do what?
Plus
We
15.
plus 15 to both sides, and as we do the same thing, the equation will be equivalent. Will be have x equal 12. So that's what does it mean, equivalent equations, when we do same thing to both sides. And then result is equivalent to the previous ones. That equivalent equation. And we use this to solve, let's say, two-step equations. Before we were looking into the equation that we could solve in one step, now we'll do two-step equation. I would like to attention here, not over there.
Oh, I
So
haven't.
we have, for example, 5x minus 3 equal 21. Solving equation, we always working through BIDMAS backwards. Yes, BIDMAS backwards. And we do the same to both sides. So what should be our first step?
Plus 3. Make plus 3.
Working on subtraction. To get rid of the 3, we plus 3 to both sides. That is the first step. And we got 5x equals 24. This is the first step. Now what should be the second step?
Divide.
Divide by 5. Divide both sides, and always remember we do same thing to both sides. So x equals 24 over 5. You not always will be getting answers to the whole number. So be prepared that some equations will have answer as a fraction, and you don't have to turn them into the mixed number unless question explicitly asks you. Otherwise, this is a perfect answer. But if it can be simplified, you must simplify it. But you can leave it as a proper fraction. Another example, if we have x plus 13 over 4 equals minus 2. What should be the first step? Yes,
Times by 4.
times both sides by 4.
Yes.
Not minus 3, but plus 4. Why? Because this is the numerator. We can see that it's like in the invisible brackets, because the whole thing divided by 4. So we times both sides by 4. We get x plus 13 equal negative 8. And the next step, to get x by itself, we minus 13 on both sides. X will be equal negative 21. Make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
Wait, why did you keep 24 over 5 and not?
Can you simplify this fraction? Can we simplify it? Are there any common factors between 24 and 5?
But would the answer
No.
It's not more mixed number is not any more simple than the improper fraction. And as I said, when you will be doing mathematics at VCE level, 11, 12, the preferred form of the answer, if it's fraction, it is improper fraction. You usually don't use mixed numbers at VCE level. So why won't you get used to this from now on, to to give your answer as improper fraction. Yes?
Can I go to the button, please?
Yeah.
If the question says you have to divide it by 5, do you just do like a decimal number?
If question explicitly tells you give your answer as a decimal, then yes, you divide 24 by 5 and you give answer as 4.8. Will be. But if question does not ask you, you leave your answer as fraction. Proper, improper, doesn't matter. Don't turn it into the mixed number. No, if you will turn, I will not take marks from you, but you should know. Now another example, if we have 15 minus x on 2 equals 3. What should be our first step?
Times by 2.
Minus 15.
We're working through BIDMAS, so we look first for addition to subtraction. We have positive 15. How we can get rid of positive 15? We minus 15. We minus 15 on both sides.
Okay, Phil.
So you get negative x on 2. Make sure that you don't lose this sign.
Negative 12.
Because negative x on 2,
Negative
it
12.
has to be negative x on 2, will be 3 minus 15, negative 12. Now, what is the next step?
Times 2.
By negative 2. Times both sides by negative 2. Times by negative 2. Times by negative 2.
Because you
And we will have x equal positive 24. That's pretty much how you solve two-step equations using the fact that if you do the same thing to the left and right hand side, you get equivalent equation. Remember, do the same thing and don't lose the minuses from line to line. Like, subscribe, and donate to help to fight the Russian invasion of Ukraine, support Ukraine and Israel.